Silly ass singing. Today I'm going to show you how to build the ultimate home for your desert hairy scorpion. And all you need is a 10-gallon aquarium, a 50-pound bag of sand, a 10-pound bag of clay, and a piece of glass.
And this whole setup is only going to cost you about $30. If you do it right, you go to your local pet store, you can get a 10-gallon aquarium like this for about $14. You can also get the excavator clay there for about $12. Then you go over to the depot and get a bag of all-purpose sand. 50-pound bag is $3.50. Then you mix 40 pounds of the sand with the whole 10-pound bag of clay. This gives you a 20% clay mixture, which best replicates the type of substrate they choose to live in the wild. Wet the mixture with 40 ounces of water and mix it until there's no dry sand left. Pack down the lower half first, and then even out the top half of the sand and pack that down too. Once it's packed down as good as you can get it, take a pane of glass about this size and install it right in the middle of the tank. This is the key to being able to view your scorpion all the time, because it prevents it from building chambers right in the middle of the tank. Make sure you push it all the way down to the bottom, and then again pack down the sand around it so when it dries it'll be a good burrowing substrate. Use heat emitters or lights on top. Let it dry for a couple days. Once the first inch or two is completely dry, you can start getting the holes started for the scorpion. Start your holes right along the glass and then put a small hide over the hole. I even recommend starting a hole on the other side of the glass as well. This is just to encourage your scorpion to dig right along the glass for the best viewing. You're also going to want to install a raised water dish. It has to be raised or your scorpion will just fill it up with sand. So dig it in and pack it into the sand. It can be a couple inches high. Your scorpion will still be able to access this and it'll be able to drink freely. People will tell you that these don't drink water or they don't need water, but might as well give it water, keep it happy. They can prop themselves up with the tail if they need to access it, and that way it's too high for them to fill it. So 8 hours later, I come back to check on the scorpion, and it has dug like a 10-inch tunnel right along the glass where I could see it. You can see it chilling back there with the black light. But the scorpion's going to leave a mess inside the tunnel when it eats. It's going to leave cricket parts and it's going to take a dump in there. And how am I going to get all that stuff cleaned out from inside those tunnels, you may be asking yourself.
You're going to want to buy some blue death feigning beetles. This is your cleanup crew. They'll go in these tunnels and they'll clean up all the cricket parts that the scorpions leave laying around. This is my favorite pick for companion pets for desert hairy scorpions. So I'll just throw these in here and wish them the best of luck.
So this one's checking out a tunnel. It's crawling down there. It doesn't know that there's a big ass scorpion in the back of the tunnel. And the scorpion comes up to check out the beetle. And then the beetle does this groveling type thing that it does, and somehow the scorpion decides just to leave it alone. And if it were any other bug, the scorpion would have eaten it by now. And the beetle's going to make its way to the back of the tunnel. It's just going to push past the scorpion, and the scorpion's never actually going to attack it. It allows the beetle to go back and clean up any mess that might be back there. Hairy scorpions are really good eaters, and they always like to sting their prey. so it's always fun to watch. They're especially good eaters if you keep them warm. They like it around 85 to 90 degrees. I use a heat emitter on top and a heat pad underneath the tank. So for this demonstration, I fed this scorpion in this little jar so that after he was done eating, he left a mess with a couple cricket legs laying around and a ball of cricket parts sitting in there. And then I threw in one of the blue death feigning beetles. And again, the scorpion ignores the beetle. The beetle goes right for the cricket leg, starts munching on that. After a couple minutes, that leg is completely gone, and there's just the ball of cricket parts and a scorpion turd that's stuck to the glass. They kind of fight over the cricket ball and wrestle for it, because that's the good stuff. The bigger one takes it. So the smaller one goes over to the scorpion turd and starts picking it off the glass. So imagine that in the tunnels in your tank, the scorpion has smeared or plastered this crap onto the glass. There's no way you're ever going to get it off. So you send these beetles in, and they will take care of it for you. It's a must-have companion pet if you want to have this type of setup.